Draped in sheepskin, together we lie. If it's getting heavy, go ahead and run. Clean it, blood trail, we're all good. If it's getting heavy, go ahead and run. My love of the hunt will burn on. If it's getting heavy, go ahead and run. Clean it, blood trail, we're all good. If it's getting heavy, go ahead and run. My love of the hunt will burn on. And they all run. And they all run. And they all run. I got a mean streak and it ain't forgiving. It'll eat lovers like you alive. For wolves like us, darling, love is fleeting. Draped in sheepskin, together we lie.
Oh, oh, hello, my sweet. So won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grimdark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, this nightmare priest nigh unbinary hell-rolled magnificent welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. Hi, Mowgli. How are you? I'm gonna scooch back up. That's lower it for a second. I think it was because of the spin, maybe. All right. So today, doing great. That's good. That's good. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Had a couple different things that ready to fuck this week. Hell yeah. So I am trying to figure out what I was wanting to do this morning because I've got a couple different things. One, I think this thing needs different legs. So initially, I drew it with legs that were very much influenced by cave centipede. So yeah, a cave centipede. For those of you who are blessed and fortunate enough to not know what they look like, I'm going to draw a really bad version real quick. So let's say this is its body. It's got little itty bitty antenna kind of things up here and little eyes. You're never going to notice those because it has legs that come out like this. It's the worst thing in the world. I hate them. There are a few animals that I just really don't like. Cave centipedes really bother me. They don't walk on their tips. They walk on the, like, I guess technically the knuckle, the knuckle right before the final, like where you would think they would step. They use the digit. And then the last part of their like finger is just insanely long and looks like hairs. So they just kind of like wiggle around like a little like carpet. It's awful. Theo's just like, oh my God, Dad, don't even talk about them. I think that's what I was doing. That's creepy. Yeah, they're awful. Let me find a picture. I'll just show you a picture of it. Anywho, that's where the original idea for the legs came from. Let's see, cave centipede. It's, of course, in one of my frequent searches. Now, they're awful. Yeah, like just something straight from hell. Just right out of hell, baby. Yeah, awful. But yeah, you can see they walk They don't walk on the tips where you would think. They walk on the edges, like right after the knuckle. I hate it. Ugh. Anywho, yeah, that's no thank you. Yes, exactly. And there you go. That's it's a very small list of things that I'm just like, oh no. But those are on there. Those are on there for sure. So instead of that, because I think that is going to lead to the base being way more crowded than I initially wanted, I made all these little leggies with little bins and whatnot, which pretty much would have it kind of have legs all around the base, but it had 6 arms, 6 legs. Obviously nowhere near as many as that awful nightmare thing actually has. But I'm thinking that we might end up going with something. Adjust my little feet. Don't look at that. Yeah. My thinking was it would be sitting pretty. Because, you know, that's creepy. It's big old feet. Now, here comes the question of what kind of leggies does this thing have? I assumed that they were very feline. This body's going to be too big if I keep going that way. Ooh, boy, we don't have an eraser. Excuse me, Theodore. Excuse me. Thank you, son. Erasers. Yeah, hopefully you don't mind just watching me sketch this out real quick, but I'm trying to think of how to do this. Other news, while I'm thinking, I've got a whole bunch of things to talk about. And I think that's maybe why I'm like, God, I don't know what to fucking talk about. This morning. So let's sneeze. We're going to go with a more defined. Pretend like I know what the fuck I'm going to have it actually look like. Yeah. Something along these lines. So, anyhow, not good proportions, but much better than I think having all the extra legs kind of overflowing. Coffee time, BRB, hell yeah. That's not a good sketch, but it was very quick. But those legs, this thing's body. One second. Okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna think about doing that instead. What else did I need to do today? Sit pretty. Sit pretty legs. Wires commission. Next model planning. I got all of the stuff I am mailing out packed up, and I'm going to be going to the post office today. So, mail, commissions. And then also, I need to figure out what I went yesterday. Have a little sip of coffee here. Also, is there anybody currently? Yeah, there's someone else here. That's cool. That's cool. We'll just keep talking then. So other plans say. Yesterday I went and talked with Wayne at Hard Knocks about getting pretty much a display set up there with my work, information about contacting me for commissions, anything else like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. He said that they are constantly needing people to do. Welcome back, Mowgli. I am trying to decide what I am going to take to put in the display cabinet at my local store to like kind of showcase my work with like my commission flyer and like contact information. So I was thinking perhaps I could go through that, but you guys have seen most of my stuff. So I think really it's just a matter of I just need to get that out and put it in the display box today and then take it, well, the travel case, if you will. Unless you guys are wanting to see toys that you guys have probably already seen before. Grief. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, I didn't even think about Grief. Well, I kind of want to look at Grief now. I was just thinking that I need to finish Grief. It's definitely been on the back burner while I've been working on things. But yeah, ooh, I haven't looked at Grief in a hot minute. Are you dry? Yeah, of course you are. You've been hiding in there a hot minute. Grief is great, and we all love Grief. Grief. Yeah, Grief's good. I think Grief will fit in an IKEA Detolf. It definitely will. I've got one, excuse me, son. I figured I would take my Dreadnought, Teus. I'll go grab everything that I'm thinking I'm gonna put in the cabinet. We'll do the damn thing anyway. And while I'm here, I might fix our Galac's arm because it's been separated for a long time and it needs to be fixed. Oh no! Give me that arm, you little goof. So I figured we'd take Teus. There's our Galac's arm. We're going to fix that. I think we're going to pin it. I should have done that years ago. Silly me. That must have been before a couple of things got broken or what have you. Yeah, I was thinking probably... Honestly, I thought about taking... My brain just completely stopped. Frustration. Thought about taking Frustration. Brigar, my little Funko. feel like that needs to be in there too, alongside these things. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. I do like that little Funko. I like my Space Marines. Clearly not the fucking good guys. Even when they're supposedly the good guys. Hence the Black Templar. I'm a very firm believer. They're clearly not the good guys. For obvious reasons. Number one being they are literally space Nazis. That's just the first reason that can come to the top off the dome. Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know. I was thinking I would take my Visterian gang because typically they are one that I like to show off. I also thought about taking something that's not painted so you can see, I guess, a work in progress kind of like midway through, and I guess understand more the components and whatnot. That way you're not just like, oh, that's 3D printed. It's like, nah, dude, that's wire. I made that wire by hand because I'm a psychopath. Lord help me, I'm crazy. I also thought maybe I should take some 1490 Doom stuff, like my Cat Priest. There's just I got too many little toys now. You know what I mean? Huh. If I had $1 for every time I heard that. Not really. I'm not told that I have too many toys as often as you would probably think or hope. Which definitely leads to me having situations like the dummy, if you all will recall. Oh my goodness, there's so many things. Is your scab chips too big? No, it definitely would fit. And thank you. Thank you for recommending that. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Roz. Hi, Roz. What's happening, Space Crusaders? Literally. Yeah. I started playing Warhammer 40k 2 Space Marine and it's fire. I don't know any lower break. Yeah, Mox. Did you hit Space Marine 1 since it's cheap? Dude. Well, if you need someone to play with, Mowgli, I mean, I could probably find my way back over there. I fucked with Space Marine 2 real hard when it came out, and I fucked with Space Marine 1 the hardest when it came out. I played that game so hard. It's so good. You know, the Codex Astartes does not recommend jumping out of a fucking Thunderhawk, but that's because it was written by a bitch. That's a reference to the first game, Mowgli. You won't understand. And they do make a callback to it in the second one. So unless you've seen like what was that? But yeah, in the first game, one of the just like the Codex Astartes strictly, something's about, aerial drops in combat, blah blah blah, and then Titus is just like the Codex is just a guidelines. Fuck shit up, dog, and then just like jumps out, and that's how the game starts. But yeah, the guy that complains obviously sucks, and yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just like, I freshly became a Space Marine. I'm gonna try to tell my, commanding officer who's been alive for 3+ centuries how to do his fucking job. Herp derp derp derp. Yeah, that's a good little boat baby. We'll put that boat baby on the table. This'll fit. I got a whole cabinet. I can put it in there. Sick guitar voice. Fuck yeah, Mokes. I haven't. Season 2 is available through PS Plus. Oh, hell yeah. Play as a bulwark. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think of what my favorite class is. Probably Assault. No. Veteran? I don't remember. I like Melee a lot. I think it was Assault. I'm assuming it was... No, it's Infiltrator. It's Infiltrator. Yeah. I'm going to put my gene seed in this man's business. Sick guitar. I'm going to put my gene seed in this man's business. That's good. Man. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I had so many things. That's the thing is I was like, I'm so anxious. I don't know what to talk about. And I just I think actually I have too much to talk about. So last night we recorded the first episode of a new podcast for you guys that will definitely be more regular. obviously piss pants. I love piss pants. It's not going anywhere, but just due to distance and schedules and stuff, Steve and I can't get together and have our sleepovers as often as we would like, for certain, which makes me sad. But that also means that you don't get as much piss pants. So, you know, while talking about all the plans and the what have yous, my buddy John, my buddy John was just like, dude, we need to do a podcast. And then he pretty much proposed me the exact same pitch that I initially had for asking strangers if they're ticklish, which is just, you know, someone that is getting into it and doesn't know anything, wanting to talk to someone who's unfortunately like knows too much and has a hard time existing in regular society. And he was like, yeah, we could call it fresh meat. And he says it like fresh meat. It's good. Fresh meat. I don't know. But I liked it. It was fun. It's a lot of goofs, a lot of goofums. At one point in time, we get really derailed, as I know that's hard to imagine. We start talking about laser discs. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to keep that in there. If he doesn't, I'm going to be kind of sad because we have a good conversation about laser discs that somehow was completely relevant, kind of. Well, I felt like it was, but dude, laser disc, fuck. I'm so down with laser discs. Man, the yapping is going hard today. Yap, yap, yap. Also, I really liked after we finished my Biscayne. So what's happening right now? So what's happening right now, my Biscayne? Big ass sword and shield. Big ass sword and shields are so good. So yeah, fresh meat. Episode 1 will be up Sunday. When we are recording episode 2. You'll get the first one. So John's wanting to do a weekly thing, and I'm down. I can see it maybe. He's setting up an area at his local shop. Yes. So yeah, sorry, I didn't explain why I'm just bringing all my toys and putting them on my desk. I kind of needed to get what I'm gonna have in my display. Boop up boop. We'll go maybe a little angled here. Trying to figure out what's going to go in the little display cabinet. I'm going to print out a little flyer with the Grimdark Distillery logo on it. But I wanted to get a good various assortment. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got a whole bunch of room. And I was like, oh yeah, the bottom half of that Detolf is going to be Godling. So I've only got like half of an IKEA Detolf. But this I do think is going to fill that up. That was one of the things. So Hard Knocks. Get the stuff ready for Hard Knocks. That's what I was doing. Talk about fresh meat. Fresh meat. Oh, and why the... Oh, fuck yeah. Also, I can't stress this enough. Why this is so exciting is while I don't know dick, my sweets, about streaming other than if you turn the camera on and put me in front of it, I like to yap and work on things. I like attention. I'm needy a little bit. But John actually knows what the fuck he's doing and has been streaming for a very long time. So like editing videos and shit, like he went home last night and edited the podcast, which is a video podcast. So it will be like, you can just listen to it or you can watch us talk, sitting over in our area. Pretty much, he was just like, yeah, man, he told me the stuff that he had. And I was like, yeah, when I left, and started to do this, I bought everything. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it, but I bought all the nicest shit I could because I knew I would need it for my end goal. And like just pretty much all day yesterday while we were like connecting stuff, he was like, oh, holy shit, dude, what the fuck? Holy shit, this is so nice. I was like, yeah, I don't know how to use it. And he was like, dude, this is crazy. And he's just like, doot, doot, doot. So yeah, that's very exciting because that definitely means that you can expect production on everything to get better because I learn best by absorbing it through someone else showing me in person. I can learn anything, no matter how complicated it is, if you just show me how to do it, and like I can repeat it visually, like next to you, and you can show me what I'm doing wrong. So I'm just gonna by osmosis slowly get a better channel. So I'm really appreciative of that. Shout out to my boy John. When the rich kid gets a hobby, that's it's not the rich kid. It was more of a, I'm taking my severance and I'm gonna buy everything I need for my business and hope to God that like by the time that I need monies, I've learned how to do it enough to like make monies, and it's like I'm just doing my best. I've never been a rich kid. I've had a job that paid me money that I needed, but I was never rich. It was just more of a, and that's the worst. The worst part is it's just like that's a horrible thing to have, because it's just like you are not happy typically with that situation. You are solely doing the thing just to keep doing it because you feel like you have to. Yeah. No, absolutely. I get that, Ross. No, I totally get that. And to go along with that, yes. In this situation, yeah, no, it's the exact same situation. I just a little bit different means of procuring, but yes, that essentially was many of my friends growing up. It's just like, oh, my parents bought me this thing, and it's just like, what were they thinking? Which one of my favorite, all-time favorites, was my buddy Ed's parents bought him a bunch of very nice recording equipment when we were in high school, and I think the biggest thing that it was used for was a joke band that he and our friend Matt had. And there is just a part in the recording that I loved so much because it is so harmonious and horrific. But it's like, this is what Marsha Rogers spent her money on. $1,000 down the drain, or so she thinks. It's just unfucking hinged. But yeah. Yeah, no. Rich kids with money gets new hobbies. Friends benefit. Yes. Let's get this baby pinned, or so she thinks. That's the best part is, or so she thinks. I would sing the rest. The song is not even remotely appropriate, and I don't feel like getting canceled today. I can't stress enough, the entire concept of their band was just, it was an offensive band. I don't even remember, God, I don't remember what the name was. At the time, they also had one called Six-Sided Ring of Fire. Yeah, that's going to be good. We'll get that little arm right in there. And then, what kind of offensive? Every. They were very inspired by a band that has been around for a hot minute, whose name is two offensive words put together. So out the gate, it's just like I'm not gonna sing any other songs. Sorry, buddy. That'd be sorry to Ed. I think he would be okay with me not singing them. Let's see. Let's get this arm in here, babies. Oh, good luck, man. I haven't fucked with this model in so long. But its arm broke, and I'm assuming it happened when it went last year to Adepticon. Man, this is a good looking model up close. I guess I'll show you guys what I'm doing. have to look that up. I don't remember the little chant. There was a little chant that I wrote that pretty much the Carnarium crew is just constantly just ranting while they're working around, cleaving meat. This is kind of, I'm really proud of it to be a part of it. But this is our Galactic. It's one of my oldest pieces. And it's the very first, like, hey, I'm part of the community thing that I ever did for the Curse of the Alabaster event in Vegas? Or no, LA. Yeah, it's LA, baby. Get in there. Anywho, essentially it was Curse of the Alabaster was a ship crash that was carrying a bunch of psychers. Man, our group really looks sicky. I've never seen it. Oh, wonderful. Well, let me get its arm back attached there, and then we can talk about it. I guess I haven't really got this guy out in so long, or his crew probably. Maybe also not Brigar. I probably haven't shown you guys Brigar, at least in a long time. Brigar is older than these by just a wee bit, I think. I don't think I have anything before that. I think everything else that I did that was on the ammo bunker that you can find pre-Brigar is either still not finished because they're dead. That's the thing. It's hard for me to want to make a character for like a game that we're playing when they're dead, especially when we have other characters that are going to need to be made. But Brigar is special because it really shows. would have been a good thing to kind of include in that interview that they asked me this. But Brigar really is my return to the hobby. I would say, whenever I came back from my brief modeling hiatus where I pretty much only did role-playing games, all still the same story building, like, you know, that kind of stuff. I just wasn't building models because I did not feel like the game allowed me to use the kind of models that I wanted. That feels very shallow. No matter how deep I dig it, this hole never gets deeper. Praise the Lord of Flies. Something like that. That's probably what you would hear, you know, if you were just like creeping around my backyard at night and happened to find me in the backyard too, working away in the wee hours, as they say. As they say, look sick, Eli. Never seen it. Yeah, I'm just yapping, guys. Let's see. That's probably enough. A little off the top, shall we? Yeah, there we go. And that's a pinning, baby. And that's how you pin it. Maybe it was that super glue. Little super glue bump holding it back from going in. Who's to say? We'll see. Is it going to slide in really easy now? Bet it is. Yep, that was it. It was the super glue. I made it too small. Hole was too small. Fixed it. Hell yeah. Okay, that's our Galact. If I'm in your backyard during the wee hours, something has gone wrong. That is true, but I can't stress, it's not uncommon, not unheard of, for me to have, like, be at my backyard and just like, hey, who's that? Oftentimes, it's typically someone that I know, sometimes stopping in my backyard to pee before they come in my house. With that said, I have absolutely been the other one, the psychopath in the backyard. So, oh shit, it would have been when I lived at home. So the house that I'm physically in right now, the house next door to it is my buddy Alan's parents' house. So when he still lived there, like I lived down the street, because my mom's house is like 2 blocks away from mine. So I walked down to his house, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna pee before I come in. It's night, and I'm just out in the backyard, peeing on the fence as one does, as boys do, boys being boys, just peeing on fences, And then his mom comes out, like, and is just like coming out to smoke. So then, like, I just come out of the darkness in their backyard. So yeah. Hi, princess. I know, you know Julie. She says, I know Julie. Margot, did you want to say hi to everyone? You know I do, but you got to chase me and pick me up and bring me back over there. Holy shit, Margot. We found the remote. Ha ha. Thank you, princess. We've been looking for that for like almost a fucking month. She did it, everybody. Margot saved the day. You're a hard worker and I'm proud of you. You do a good job. You like screaming. Okay. So, well, I know you guys don't really probably care, but this is awesome. Kelly and I have been looking for that remote for months. I was like, I'm pretty sure the couch just fucking ate it. So yeah, I fixed Argo lock. Now, if only I could figure out where the hell the head went to one of my Thorn Moon models. That's gone. I think that's probably somewhere in, Edit Up gone from last year. I think it got broken. But to be perfectly honest, my anxiety was so high, so I was just kind of throwing things in. So that's how that happens. That's on me. Anywho, so yeah, I'm thinking, well, I completely forgot about another model that I know a couple of you probably haven't seen either. So I'll get it. I forgot about this one myself. Have you guys seen Theodore? Yeah, no, that is absolutely how folks get shot. Bum, bow, bum, bow, bum, bum, bow, bum, bum, bow. Bum, 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 bum. It's Theo. This is one of little sock kittens. I have this set of 3 little sock kittens from Andrew. I'm not gonna remember his name off the top of my head, but I absolutely love these little models. They're very fun. Very small, very, very small little Theo. I kind of want to get the other lens so you guys can see how small it is, but I think you guys can tell how small he is. But with that, I feel like I'm going to show you guys these, and it's just going to be like, well, now we got to finish these. But of course, a very key part of why I was so excited when this set came out is because it is a set of 3 sock kittens. And as you all know, Andrew, Meridian Minis, Andrew May. Yeah, I think it's Andrew May. I'm just like, ugh. And Andrew WK is the only thing that's coming to mind. And I hate that because it's not that. I know his name is Andrew something, like, but, yeah. Is it Statuesque Miniatures? Statuesque Minis? Is that him? I feel like that's it. But yeah, here's the other 2 kittens. This is Oliver. And that's Margot. She's going to be up in the tower looking down because she's the rowdy princess. But yeah, the only one that's done is Theo. I am going to get the other lens because I Dang, if Andrew WK made minis, dude, they'd be so coke fueled. Party, party, party. Come on, it's time to party. I love New York City. Oh yeah, New York City. There was definitely a time period when my friends and I were just really fucking pumped about Andrew WK and how much he loved to party and like drop bricks on his face, or sorry, cinder blocks. Eli, you can make minis. What is the largest sculpture you could make, giving the recourse and time? I don't know. I love sculpting. The biggest sculpture I've made so far is, well, the biggest one so far is probably, I mean, Godling, if not the Walker. The Walker was one single piece. Godling is like a big diorama. But the Walker was fucking huge. Hey, it might help if I... Only ever been destroyed will destroy man for me. Oh man, that's so wild, Roz. That's crazy to me. Because I remember distinctly when that happened, when Destroy Build Destroy came on, I was just like, what the fuck? Who allowed Andrew WK to be around these kids and explosives? Like, this is crazy. Yeah, party, party, party. Yeah, the album Party Hard. For those of you who do not know Andrew WK from the music side, which is where I know Andrew WK from, the album cover for Party Hard is Andrew WK shortly after he dropped a cinder block on his face and broke his nose, so it's just bleeding everywhere, and just party hard. Yeah, we got really pumped about Andrew WK and how hard he wanted to party for a while. Margot, I can't stress enough, this was all the time when none of us, we was all sober, all very sober, just unfucking hinged, deranged children. Just like, yeah, it's time to fucking party. Let's go burn some shit. It's time to fucking party. I know. I did just switch out the lens, and I'm trying to zoom in on the little Theo for you. Show him the little Theo. Quit telling stories no one wants to hear about. We all hate him. Show me the little Theo's face. Come on. Oh, there it is. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, let's bring a little bit more light. Okay, that's my son. His little eyes. His little nose. It's very small. Beep, 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 beep. And his little hairs. I'm really proud of that guy. Really proud of this guy. But yeah, found him. So, I don't know why I turned that off. As far as the biggest, I have a life-sized an anatomical skeleton that I fully have planned to use as a piece. So my size, like a life height, I still want some cloth goblins. They'll probably be a while. Yeah. No, I love the little cloth goblins that yes. But yeah, Andrew WK. That's yeah, but no, I think that's the biggest one that I've planned. Which I've gone from originally thinking about it as an art piece and using it for that to using it for something else, probably terrain, almost kind of building it into a board. If not that, so like this kind of stuff, making just like real creepy fucking shit that almost the same kind of stuff that, like, you know, well, we're going to switch the lens back. So, hey, it was fun looking at that Theo. But let's go ahead and put the other lens on. Because we don't need to be that close to anything now. I did not mean to put that down without its little cover. Eli, you're fucking up. You're fucking up, Eli. Yes. So yeah, this was a kind of a prop that I was making for the Distillery's like little filming area. Pretty much based on the deity King Piss, that is very integrated into kind of like all of my like IP. Anything that I make for any game is going to have some King Piss kind of dripped in there. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. That's gonna be sick whenever it's done. But it's got a little plinth that it's supposed to sit on, that is going to have a bunch of candles and whatnot around it that are like, you know, made to light up. But yeah, as far as how big of one could I build, I don't know. I love building things, so I would be down to take on any challenge, as far as scale. Or it scared us both, didn't it, Theo? Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Don't worry, it's not going to hit you, but just in case, I'll move you here. Oh, Theo, this chair's too comfy. Ah, there we go. Morgulroth from Spiderwick Chronicles. What is Morgulroth? Let's take a peek. Show me the Morgulroth. Oh god, I forgot I was looking at cave centipedes. Morgulroth. Morgulroth? Like a life-size one? Or like, oh, that is creepy. I like that. Just a big ogre. That's good. That's someone's 3D sculpt of it. Man, I tell you what, I sure would hate to be someone that like spent a lot of time designing something to have someone rip my files out of the game and make them to where other people could print them. But man, I'm glad people do that, because so that's a 1-1 skeleton board would be fucking sick. So thank you. My thinking was, honestly, I'm going to probably make it into I was thinking it would be for Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade or Forbidden Psalms, one of those. The idea being a giant colossal demon that is essentially like dropped down on its knees, with its arms kind of like to the side. So this thing's just kind of like sitting on the board. A 1-1 skeleton. And then I think, yeah, that's what a 1-1 skeleton board would be fucking sick. As in like a 1x1, like you're crawling up it. That was my thinking. And I started to think about it when I was working on Godling, because I was appreciating, hey, it's pretty cool building something inside of the flower pot stand, because it's like, this is a box. It's a box that, and that's the part of the reason that I was just like, yeah, that's going to be something, is because they're like aluminum. So they're structurally very strong, but very light. And that is just one of the most difficult things with making dioramas, or any kind of art, that requires you to build stuff onto it, is weight. You constantly are wanting to make sure you're not putting too much weight in there, because God forbid it falls out of the fucking wall. So I wanted to make sure that no matter where the piece went, whoever, like if someone in the event that it was purchased at some point in time, that they don't have to worry about it falling off the wall and being obliterated, which, to be honest, I don't know how well Godling would handle being dropped, but it would be a lot better than I think a lot of people would assume. Because, again, it was built like a psychopath. Very, very structurally sound. It was very, 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 very time intensive thinking about how to make sure everything could support itself. So even if it was dropped, like if it did fall off the wall, I do think it would be something probably would fall out, but it wouldn't destroy it, that's for sure. It's in an alt reality. Godling ended with egg drop tests. Yeah, I like that. In the near distant future, when Godling actually becomes a weapon, it's yeah, it is. There's something about it, but it just emits power. We start harnessing its rays. But yeah, it started to make me think about shoving the skeleton into an IKEA Detolf. And I started to think about that from art. It'd be interesting to turn an IKEA Detolf into a giant art piece, essentially, that it's just like a self-contained box that someone's like trapped inside of. And with that, it kind of got me to think about that's where the line was. I was coming up with the ideas for Godling, and between making a little diorama like of Togrum's like domain in this Wretched Inheritance, I was debating on making the unknown object, which is essentially it's like a little star, like a little moon, or kind of like shit. What's the thing that is in a loop? What that piece of shit make that's in space now? Star Command, Starlink, whatever. Anyway, but essentially it's got the people that killed the world in it. Instead of sending them to another world to restart, it actually just kind of used all what they needed to go do that to restart the planet and to blast them with the aftershock of it. As an afterthought, put them into orbit so they could just watch forever. But the biggest part of it was that they are constantly watching everything that happens, and every day they are essentially eaten piece by piece by the ship and rebuilt. So it's just a non-stop being dissolved, being remade hell forever. The International Space Station, I don't know. No, I was thinking of Starlink, I think. It's like when you look up in the sky, you can see like 3 or 4 little lights that just kind of go around. Musk put them up there. Yeah. Space stations are cool. So, it's 8:58. I just ranted about a bunch of crazy shit. Lazy ducks. Coworkers are being twats. I gotta go. No, bye, Mowgli. Well, I'm sorry your coworkers are being shitty. Here's Brigar. Anybody wants to see him? But yeah, he's this is the character Brigar from Black Crusade. My buddy Sam's character was a plague marine that just would not die. That was his special power. He is the only one that survived the campaign, but he is a shell with no pretty much recollections, memories, anything, just kind of wandering now. But essentially a Night Titan. The party handled it like you would think that they would, and used their grab boots to fucking climb up the side of it and proceeded to rip the pilot out, as one does when you're a Chaos Marine and you don't have other options. But they also did trigger its reactor. So when it exploded, pretty much everyone else died, but he's just like, just all of his skin just kind of burnt down to the skull. He's just like, what happened? Yo. I think it's time for a potty break, son. It's time for a kiss break. Man, that boy loves giving kisses. Thank you. Such a good boy. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go pee. I will be right back. Booty boo ba bee da dan.
Sing no litanies or praises of our names back home, but I'll be damned if I'll stand by silent while jesters claim our throne. Sped up this movie is lovesick with its own premise. Round up this flock is hope sick with happy ending. Don't deny the streets were gold, but the beggars and your holy virgins picked them clean. Oh, I could never be so bold. I'm just another leering wolf bang amongst the sheep, and we hang our heads low, all too blind to see. Just fake animals, pour out words just to speak. Sped up this movie is lovesick with its own premise. Round up this flock is hope sick with happy endings. I cannot tell what they have told, but the masses move too fast to process what they mean. Just like penitents are bold, still struggling with the noose while the vultures pick us clean. Oh, and we hang our heads low, all too blind to see. Just fake animals, pour out words just to speak.
And we are back. And I'm going to have to put this microphone back on. So I think pretty much everybody's kind of dropped. And that's cool. That's fine. Oh, wait. No. Other people are here. Hi, gang. Possum! Oh, my gosh. Roz, I'm going to drop. Very EP, need to sleep. Much luck with your exhibit. I'm here for 15. All right. Well, Possum, I think you're going to be keeping me going until then, because I'm probably going to drop after that unless other people are in, because I do got to get some stuff done. But Possum, you are the man I need to see. Well, everybody is. I want everyone's opinion, but I definitely want yours. So, number one, I think all this stuff is probably going to go in the little display cabinet. To bring you up to speed, my homie, we are setting up a Grimdark Distillery display at the local. You're opinionated. You know my craft, which one of the things I'm going to be doing when I get off here is run to the post office to send something your way. But I'm thinking these are probably what I'm going to put in the display cabinet for like examples of my commissions. Grief's a work in progress, but it can go in there. It'll be fun to have in there for a little bit. And then Godling at the bottom because it's an IKEA Detolf. And then I wanted to see, we could do this offline, but I thought if there were other people here, it might be fun to see what other people thought. But fresh meat. I don't know if you heard about the podcast. We recorded the first episode of the new podcast, Fresh Meat, which will be a weekly podcast until one of us has a mental breakdown and it becomes bi-weekly probably. But I'm here for it until that happens, baby. So I guess to not waste any more of your time while you are here, Possum, I am working on putting together a list of things to write articles about. Let hypothetically say for like 28 Mac, like a real deep dive into some of my stuff. So I kind of was just making a list of like what are things that people would want to see. Sorry, people were talking at me. I missed a bunch of that. Oh, that's okay. I don't know what you got, but pretty much setting up a display at the local store for commissions, showcasing how to get a hold of me and whatnot. And then I also was wanting to get your opinions on ideas for topics if you were going to read an article, a pretty in-depth one. Oh, that's sick. Very smart plan. Thank you. I'm really excited. I went and talked to him yesterday. And they're like, yeah, because initially I was like, man, it'd be cool to have a part-time job. But he was like, yeah, no, I can't help you there. He was like, but I will say that we constantly have people asking for who does commissions. People need commission work. We have someone ask about that all the time. There just aren't enough people in the town doing that. And it's just like, oh, well, I live here. And I need work. So I would love to do that. So I'm really excited. But yeah. And then John and I recorded the first episode of our new podcast last night, Fresh Meat, which is essentially the same kind of concept as asking strangers if they're ticklish, just a full newbie's step as some fresh meat into the grimdark world that I have inhabited for forever. And then, yeah, so I pretty much just wanted to check to see, hey, I've got some ideas of like what things have I done or am working on that people really want to see and would like to see a deep dive in. And I was going to see, initially I was like, hey, what do you all want to see? And we could play a game and we'll see how many things I wrote down that I thought that's what they're going to say. But when is next Piss Pants? That is, so yeah, I covered that earlier. I don't know. And that's, I want more. I miss Shankly too. And that's part of the reason, like, John was just like, we need to start a podcast, dude. And I was like, yeah, I don't want anyone to think for a moment that it has anything to do with like no more Piss Pants. Piss Pants will happen as soon as we can make it. Because yeah, I love Steve. That's my boyfriend. So yeah, can't break that up. It's just given the distance, schedules, timing, all that stuff, we just aren't going to be able to consistently do it. But every chance that we can, like, of course. But in order to have like a consistent kind of updating podcast, John lives like 2 blocks away from me. Like he can walk to my house, I can walk to his, kind of a situation. So it's very convenient, and he literally already knows a lot about this stuff. I kind of went into that earlier, but like when he showed up yesterday, like he told me, he's like, yeah, you know, I've got this kind of stuff, because he's streamed for years, like video games and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I bought cameras, lights, all this stuff. And I don't think he understood. I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I bought the nicest shit that I could when I had the money to do it, because I knew I would need it eventually. I don't know how to use it though. But fortunately, he does understand that shit, and the stuff that he doesn't, he'll be able to pick up on, because he's very smart like that. So expect quality all around to get better. While we just osmosisly absorb the graciousness of John. So I'm very, very thankful. John, you all know John. He's the one who has John's Giving. This is the John. This is the John of Johns that hosts John's Giving. So when I'm like, oh yeah, I've got, you know, we don't really, yeah, we do Thanksgiving, but we also do John's Giving. That's the one that I'm like, oh, you know, we got to make it to John's Giving. That's part of like our, that's part of our belief system here. We got to make sure we appreciate our Johns, and they appreciate us. You know, they give. But yeah, like it seriously, there's like a house of like 5-6 Johns, and then just a bunch of other people. But yeah, the ancient ritual. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. I think I covered a whole bunch of things, but as far as the stuff I wrote down, obviously the 1490 stuff I've already got done. My demons, godling. I forgot about godling, and Kelly was like, "What about godling?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess people would like to learn or see more of a deep dive about that." And then the other one that I highlighted that I remember people being like, "That's what we want more of," when is Emperor's Children, which I'm very much in the vibe. I've been really. I'm sure a lot of people. I'm sure someone out there thinks I'm selling out. I'm not selling out. I've got a lot of Space Marines. I have a whole bunch of bits and stuff that I am needing to do something with. The spring cleaning has got me in its grips. So I'm just like, somebody who wants a Space Marine army, I would like to make one, because it's been a long time and I want to get these bits out. So yeah, same thing with Tyranids, Space Marines, Tyranids, or really anything. But those are the ones specifically that I've got a whole bunch of stuff for. It would not be I have to figure out how to make that. It's like, nope, I've got a shit ton of Space Marines. I can throw together a Space Marine army pretty damn quick. Pretty sick. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it for myself. But yeah, those are my thinkings on that. And then I also wrote down a couple other things just that I've already started that were options. If someone ends up doing a Space Marine commission or Tyranid commission, that definitely would probably get one. Strange Crusade stuff, the Necropolis boards, minis, Flames of Orion board minis, Mordheim, Black Legion if no Space Marine commissions. Yeah. So those are all the things that I wrote down as far as like, hey, I think they'd be good for in-depth articles. More than just like a quick little peep. Those are my thoughts. But yeah, I think what I would personally like to see for an article is about events that you have like 6+ months to a year to plan and build for, and how that process looks like, and what kind of things are discussed, etc., etc. Okay, that is very helpful. Thank you. I'm actually not gonna write that down. I'm just gonna fucking copy it. Can I do that? Can I copy that? Apparently not. Well, I'm going to write it down then. Okay. Okay. No, that I think, and I've talked about that a lot because that's, yeah, but I want to know what's behind the scenes. Yeah. Okay. And I think that that's something that a lot of people really want to see. And that was definitely something that I was like, man, I really want to start that with the distillery. Was like, yeah, like invitationals. Going, yeah, that I really wanted to like to show a breakdown of this is how invitationals are done, from planning, from the world building, from because it's such a monumental effort. And I do talk a little bit about that in the interview with Goonhammer that I just did, but an article, full article on that would be very good. You are correct. Thank you. Yeah, that is definitely something that I have to think about and work on now. Okay, so, but I want to know what the behind the scenes looks like. Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, that's good. That's good. That would be, yeah, that definitely would be a good 28 article. Yeah. Well, thank you, Possum. That is very helpful. Yeah, the things that I had written. I'm trying to have a good mix, I guess, of this is how I made it, this is how I thought of it, this is how to explain, like, I guess the different things like that. No, that's great. Planning's such a big thing. Man, now I'm just thinking about that article. The behind the scenes definitely is a whole different thing. Yeah, no, thank you. And if there's anything else you guys can think of, I'll say that. If there's anything that you all can think of, if you're watching this later and you're not in the chat right now, or if you want to put it in the comments, or if you don't feel like chatting and if you're there, if you don't feel like chatting, put it in the comments. But any kind of articles that you would be interested in, what you actually want to read, because I guess that's the thing is I have such a weird. I don't consume much of the media that I create because I'm just constantly making things. So I just I hermit, and that was a bit about yesterday, where it was just like when I went to go talk to Hard Knocks, there I was like, yeah, I sent an email, and Kelly was like, I think you might be a little too informal, and I was just like, you think so? I'm in there quite often. They probably know me, right? And I was just like, no. They're like, yeah, I was trying to put a name to the face, and I'm just like, man, this is, that's it. I was like, yeah, I'm such a fucking hermit. Like, I'm working on building things in game wise for like what I'm trying to do, but like I need to have a presence like in my home place. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to work on that. And then, the other thing was, I guess, big projects that I've done that you all would like to see in-depth, like reviews of, a review or a deep dive or even a finishing. If there is anything, say between like Flames, Flames, Necropolis, Mordheim, and then the Emperor's Children, like those four like kind of projects that are kind of like in the middle of being fixed. If there were any things that I guess were more higher on priorities list, Grief is definitely on the list to be finished, and documented. I've got a fuck ton of pictures, and I mean, shit, we've done all of the work that's been done in Grief was done on stream. It's been a long journey with that one. I just want to see a chill Gundam Timelines. Okay, and so that's another thing. I thought of Gundam. I thought that if you were like, hey, I'm just gonna look at some stuff that Eli's done. I like his style. I feel like making a Gundam in my style, just like super fucking grim dark, hyper detailed, and really brutal, would be pretty cool. And I have had one that I've been working on that I haven't touched in years at this point. And I don't even know. I don't remember if I was doing this on stream or not. I don't think I was. But the Goof Vesta. It's a big old shield. Yeah, I figured that would be kind of fun. I just want to see a Chill Gundam time lapse. Would that actually, like, I am curious, like, even just not, like, is that something, if you just turned on YouTube and I was just like, I think I just want to build a Gundam today. Would you guys like that? You talked about it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember if I talked about that or not. Or if I showed, it probably didn't show anything. Because it's just a bunch of pieces. But yeah, it had shield. I want to say a flail. I want to say it had a big, it either was a flail or it was a big club. I love you. I gotta go, bud. Work is DEFCON 1. Oh no, I'm sorry, Possum. Well, honestly, I'm probably gonna stop here too because I'm kind of just like scatterbrained and all over the place. So, thank you all so much for your time and keeping me company and hanging out. Possum, Roz, Mowgli, everyone that popped in the chat, keep me company. Thank you so much. Shout outs. Yeah, I would love a chill little lo-fi Gundam build. Hell yeah. Okay, no, we'll do it. We'll do it because I have so many Gundams to build and I love them. But thank you all. I love you. Take care of yourselves and each other. I say it every time. Your time is the most important thing that you have. The fact that you want to spend it with me truly means the world to me. If you want to support me, you can do so at the fourth wall. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Take care of yourselves. Sit pretty. Until next time, I'll see you guys on Friday. Goodbye, my sweets. Thank you again. Oh, stickers come on Tuesday. Should ship your book tomorrow, Wednesday. Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to go to the post office. The post office. Why can't I say post office today? I'm going to the post office shortly today. Like before noon, I'll be at the post office. So it'll be on its way to you. All right. Goodbye, my friends.